Hi friends, it's Heather from North Avenue Inc. and I have a new project to share with you tonight. We're trying a new way to show the projects online, and I'm going to see if we can make it work for you. I'm going to click some buttons here and open up my media file and share my screen with you. So this will just take just a minute. And see if I can open it up here. So we're going to add the share screen and open up the video. So as we're going along here, this is the stamp set that was featured in the World Card Making Day on Saturday. It's Simply Said. It is part of the annual catalog, so you are able to get it now for the next day or so. We have a 3-day stamp sale going on from the 7th to the 9th, and 15% off. So you pick yourself up a great stamp set, and if you were part of World Card Making Day, you got a $5 coupon. So check it out. I wanted to show you how I use the ephemera on Saturday. Of course, I had to use my favorite DSP, and that was the Full of Life Designer Series paper. These are some of the cards that I made on Saturday using that DSP and the ephemera packs. And I used some sketches in 2 different ways for each set of papers that I used. Some of them may look familiar to you, but I want you to notice that it's just really very simple stamping with a sentiment, and these cards went together so quickly. Part of what I did, and I'll show you in the next, as the video progresses here, I laid out the papers and set out the ephemera by color, and that helped me decide what I was looking at and how to create the cards. I'm hoping that this is working and that you're able to see what I'm doing. And right now I am, let's see if we're doing here. I'm hoping that you're seeing the video. I see a comment here. Who's commenting? Let's see, get that one. And let's see. I don't know if this is working, so we may have to come back to this. If anybody's out there, leave me a comment. Let me know if you can see the video playing, because it won't work if you're not seeing the video. This is continuing on. When you get the ephemera packs, there's doubles of everything. And if this doesn't work, I will just post the link to the video and embed it on Facebook later. But I did not record audio with it because I was going to talk through it. So we're still learning curve here. I'm just going to let this roll here and hope that it's sharing. And let's see. I think what I'll do here. Each of the templates here is one that I've shared before. This one used 2 pieces of the Sunny Springs card pack, and I showed you the last time I got those out. I cut up the papers because I didn't really want to have both sides of the pretty paper on that back side of the card. So I cut them smaller and used them in different ways. Using the stamp sets, just 3 different colors of ink for Miss You, Miss You, Miss You. And the frame was part of the ephemera. The flower was part of the ephemera. Easy peasy to put that together. That rose card there on the screen is one that we're going to use tonight. And I wanted to show you here with these blue and wild wheat cards that you can use the same ephemera design vertically, horizontally. And again, this is part of the Sunny Springs and Calming Creek papers that I cut apart when I got that packet and save them. And I left that sentiment area blank on the second card, so I have some flexibility later on. The colors in the rose card are Mossy Meadow for the base. And then you can see here on this slide that this is how I just set out the papers and the ephemera by color. I worked by using pieces of cardstock to separate the layers. So I would put like the 4 pieces of the designer series paper with the pieces that I liked and just sort of stack them up so that when I was ready to move on to dinner or something else, I didn't have a mess all over my desk. But you can see that by doing this, you get a sense of what the color range is in the ephemera pack and what the possibilities are for putting together a card with the pieces that are there. I'm just going to click back and forth here and see what we got. Here I am again. I hope somebody can see this. Green icon in the browser bar. Let's see. Click the screen icon. I'm clicking. I'm clicking. There we go. Let's make this bigger. So let me know if you're watching this and you all of a sudden can now see something that you couldn't before. That'd be great to know. As you can see, I'm just rolling along here with all the different versions of the ephemera. So many colors in that pack. So many colors. And I'm going to go jump ahead a little bit here. There's some black and white ones that we can color. There are going to be some watercoloring kits available come November. And this is sort of a little preview to get started on what's out there now, using watercolor pencils or your water brush with the inks. And here, I'm just going to stack these up and get going with the card. So the layout, you can see it's one that we've used before. It's a panel on the card base. Same one that I used when I was showing you how to use the Full of Life paper a little while ago. And you can see how the layout carries over to a variety of colors and styles of cards. The pieces were a card base of Mossy Meadow. And I had just a regular 5.5 by 8.5 card base folded in half, and I had a 1/4 sheet of white paper. I always cut my papers so that I have the whites ready to go, just grab and cut down for a card front if I need it, or to cut tags, or they fit right in the die cutting machine as a 1/4 sheet. Always use the bone folder to get that nice crease. I just wanted one rose here on the card, and you'll see that I chose a sentiment from the pack as we go along here. It goes together pretty quickly. When you have a 1/4 sheet of cardstock, you're going to want to cut it down a 1/4 inch on each of the horizontal side and the vertical side to get a border of the base card around the edges. So that's the next thing that's going to happen here. And the color DSP is 3 3/4 by 5 to go on top of the white piece. It's kind of interesting watching myself work on this. So I know there's more to learn how this formats. I'm interested to see how it comes out. It's just taking the edges off there so we can put it on the green. And deciding to try the color with streaks of the yellow up front. Really would have been pretty on that side too with the grid of colors. I've seen a lot online lately where people are using just squares of paper and putting them together in so many different ways, sort of like a quilt block pattern. I like to glue the card front together before I put it on the card base. Someday, many years from now, we'll look back at these videos and you will be giggling with me as we see how challenged I was by the technology, and hopefully I'll get so much better. This was a 1.5 inch piece of the card from Sunny Springs, and it's 5 inches long, and then we're going to just trim this down to 1 3/4 by 5.5 to mat that. There we go. And then you'll see that one of the other beauties of working with sort of a sketch design like this is that you can do it vertically, you can do it horizontally, so you get a different look. And that's what I ended up doing with this card, is I switched it up a little bit. Someday maybe I won't have to work during the day and I'll be able to do stamping all the time. Don's excited. He's going to be finishing up at his job this week. So it's not really full retirement. He's going to be looking for something a little bit less hours than what he had been putting in. He's excited for a change. So it means that I'm not quite ready to retire from teaching yet and working in the school district. Been having a lot of fun working in a kindergarten classroom for the last week or so. We have much larger kindergartens this year than we had last year. And so first 6 weeks of school, we're trying to get those little kiddos up to speed with the way school works and what the expectations are. So that's the vertical way, but I decided that when I found the sentiment that I wanted to flip it around. So I pulled the ephemera pack and found a sentiment I liked in the, look at that, perfect green color match. I love that all of Stampin' Up's colors coordinate across their suites of products. There, so that fits right there. Very nice, very simple, quick and easy peasy. I think if I look at the timeline on this video, that this card came together in under 5 minutes. So not having to stamp and die cut the accent pieces makes a difference in your timeline. These are really fun pieces to have on hand. I wasn't convinced when I saw them in the catalog, but working with them, it really is a lot of fun. And it doesn't preclude you doing a fun fold with them or adding some stamps. So I think that's it. That's that card. And I hope I show the other one in there next to it. We'll see if I pull it back in. I don't know. There we go. Okay, so let's get this one back up here and see how we did. And oh gosh, that's how that was going. Goodness, I don't know. We'll figure this out, but I'm going to definitely see what we had recorded here tonight. And I will post whatever corrections I need to post. You're getting used to that, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.